Hello, and welcome to Tea and Tarot. I'm your host, Em. In this podcast, we dive into the world of tarot each week, along with a cup of tea. Some weeks, we dive into readings, others into the cards themselves, and some we explore learning about tarot. This week, we are diving into a new tarot card, the Fool. Before we start, let me introduce this week's tea. This week, I have a cup of Jasmine green tea. Jasmine green tea is a beautifully aromatic blend that combines the earthy notes of green tea with the sweet fragrance of jasmine blossoms. Each sip is like a serene walk through a blooming garden. I find it incredibly refreshing and subtly sweet, making it a wonderful pick-me-up. This tea never fails to bring a moment of peace to my day. A carefree young person standing on the edge of a cliff, looking up at the sky with a big grin on his face. That's the Fool. They've got a little backpack, a white rose, and a cute dog at their feet. It's like they're about to step off into the great unknown, and they couldn't be more excited about it. Let's break down what this card means when it pops up in one of our readings. First up, let's talk about the upright Fool. Picture this. You're standing on the edge of the cliff, the wind in your hair, the sun on your face, and the whole world spread before you. That's the energy of the upright Fool. When this happy-go-lucky character shows up right side up in your reading, it's like the universe is giving you a gentle nudge and saying, hey, it's time for a fresh start. Maybe you've been feeling stuck in a rut lately. You know, that feeling where each day blends into the next, and you're just going through the motions. Or maybe you've been itching for a new adventure, feeling that restless energy bubbling up inside you. The Fool is here to remind you that it's okay. No, it's more than okay to take that leap of faith. This card is all about embracing new beginnings with an open heart and a sense of wonder. It's about looking at the world through the eyes of a child, where everything is new and exciting. Remember when you were a kid and the simplest things could fill you with awe? That's the energy the Fool is inviting you to tap into. But here's the thing about the Fool. He's not telling you to be, foolish. It's not about jumping off that cliff without having a parachute. It's about having the courage to take calculated risks, to step out of your comfort zone, and to trust that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. Now, what happens when the Fool takes a tumble and ends up upside down? A reversed Fool might be telling you to pump the brakes a bit. It's like the universe is saying, whoa, let's take a moment to think this through. Are you rushing into things without thinking them through? Maybe you're so excited about a new opportunity that you're not considering all the angles. Or, on the flip side, are you letting fear hold you back from some amazing opportunities? Sometimes we can be so worried about making a mistake that we miss out on great experiences. The reversed Fool is all about finding that balance. It's reminding you to look before you leap, but not get so caught up in looking that you never actually take the leap. It's about being spontaneous, but not reckless. Now, let's talk about love. When the Fool shows up in a relationship reading, it's all about keeping things fresh and exciting. You know how sometimes relationships can fall into a routine? The Fool is here to shake things up a bit. Maybe it's time to inject some spontaneity into your love life. Plan a surprise date for your partner. Take that romantic getaway you've been dreaming of. Try something new together. Maybe a dance class or a cooking workshop. The Fool is all about bringing that sense of adventure and excitement back into your relationship. And for the singles out there, the Fool is encouraging you to put yourself out there. Maybe you've been hesitant to try online dating, or you're a bit too shy to approach someone you're interested in. The Fool is giving you a little push and saying, go for it. You never know what wonderful person you might meet if you just take that chance. But if the Fool turns up upside down in your love reading, it might be a sign to tread carefully. Are you jumping into relationships too quickly? Maybe you're excited about the idea of being in love, that you're not taking the time to really get to know someone. Or maybe you're being a bit naive about the situation, seeing things through rose-colored glasses and missing some red flags. The reversed Fool in a love reading is reminding you that while it's great to be optimistic in love, it's also important to keep your feet on the ground. Take things slow, get to know people, and don't ignore your instincts if something feels off. Career-wise, the upright Fool is like a breath of fresh air in your professional life. It's telling you to think outside the box, take some calculated risks, and don't be afraid to try something new. Maybe it's time to start that side hustle you've been dreaming about, or to pitch that wild idea in your next team meeting. The Fool in a career reading is all about innovation and creativity. It's encouraging you to look at problems from a new angle, to challenge the status quo, and to bring your unique perspective to the table. Maybe there's a new skill you've been wanting to learn that could benefit your career. The Fool is saying go for it. If the Fool shows up reversed in a career reading, it might be a sign that you're either being too reckless or too cautious in your work life. Are you making decisions without thinking them through? Maybe you're so excited about a new project that you're not considering all the potential challenges. Or, on the flip side, are you letting your fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams? Maybe you have a great idea for a business, but you're too scared to take the first step. The reversed Fool is reminding you to find that balance between taking risks and being responsible. So, what's the overall advice from the Fool? Whether he's upright or reversed, the Fool is essentially telling you to embrace life's adventures with an open heart and a curious mind. It's about finding that balance between taking chances and being grounded, between dreaming big and planning wisely. Remember, every great journey starts with a single step. The Fool reminds us that it's okay to be a beginner, to not have all the answers, and to approach life with a sense of wonder and optimism. But it also nudges us to pack our metaphorical backpack wisely, to carry with us the tools and wisdom we need for the journey ahead. The Fool is about trusting in yourself and in the journey of life. It's about being open to new experiences and opportunities, even when they seem a little scary. But it's also about using your common sense and not throwing caution completely to the wind. So next time you're faced with a new opportunity or a big decision, channel a little bit of that full energy. Be open, be curious, be willing to take a chance, but also be smart about it. Trust your instincts, do your homework, and then take that leap of faith. Who knows? You might just land somewhere amazing. And that's all we have for you. That is the Fool in a nutshell. I hope this episode has inspired you to look at life's journey with fresh eyes and an open heart. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. If you enjoyed today's discussion, please do subscribe or find me on social media. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, stay curious, stay grounded, and keep learning.